These two offlaners, Void and Mirana, were both kind of popular back when the offlane was always when you were always going up against the lane. You needed a hero that was especially tanky like a Tide, or you needed a hero with an escape like the new Mirana, quote unquote new Mirana, or Faceless Void. So it's kind of funny to see those as the torrent to secure one bounty rune here. Bottom lane, although it's going to be First Blood. Enter picking it up. It has enough cell receptions. The call is made. The call is connected. Call dropped, apparently, actually. As Yabo will fall for First Blood. Lane here, Peter up against Yabo. Oh, I'm apologize. Yabo is either one of the sponsors. That is Saki on the Visage is Enter. I called someone else Yabo here. Yeah, 11111. With unfortunately I don't know those characters. So that's gonna be a kill right back. Plenty of harass. I don't even think it was just like there's a torrent into a bunch of right clicks. It looked like. Necromancer level 1 here on the Shadow Fiend. So far, just one soul to his name, but he's got plenty of waves here. Sometimes you see the souls picked up first. I think maybe TA waited to see what he had, but now she picks up the Psy Blades. Could have been potentially very dangerous for her had the SF gone instead for early raises, although now with level 2, having a bit of an advantage here. He's able to get off some raises. Big dangers here. Ooh, does not connect that one on the TA. Always want to get that efficiency there. That's why Lina and Dragon Knights, you know, a bunch of mid laners have a bunch of AoE attack damage, kind of like League, where they all have like some cone AoE ability. Those heroes are generally going to be pretty good because you can also use it to get last hits here as sparring off, making sure she stays well within a range here. Now, with the refraction charges, able to make sure that there's no chance for a kill back. However, already ready as we miss kills in both side lanes. Checking out the mid lane matchup as Fairy Fires all around. South popped now by the SF here, Saki, and just go ahead and reset back to more or less full HP. Line drawn on the map. Thank you for telling me the rotations. As Saki will find himself a rune here. Is this a bottle on the courier? It's not, but it's a few other goodies.
No, you don't.
We look bottom. Bounty going to get harassed a bit. Into the torrent he goes, right outside the LSA. Taking a bit of harass. Has a Tidebringer. Does not want to use it yet. A second LSA might convince him to, though. Still choosing not to use that Tidebringer. It's only a bonus 25 damage, I suppose, so it's not really all that much, as the salve will get cancelled here on GEFB. Nicely placed torrent will leave him nowhere to run. Into the torrent he dies, and, well, doesn't have much of a choice other than that. As the sentry will go ahead and scout the observer ward. Peter popping his salve. 14-3 so far is our net worth leader, and it's going to be Bai, interestingly enough, here on the offlane Void, as the support's making good space for him. Then able to get up. Plenty of harass here on the Mirana. That attack distance is pretty crazy. Visage might be in a bit of trouble here. Has a lot of cell phone reception, but alas, it's not enough to find the kill onto the Kunkka. Both heroes pretty low here. Nice cleave, though. Level 2 Tidebringer, that's going to be. As we look top, Mirana perhaps in a bit of trouble. Still holding on to the leap charges, maybe trying to force out a spin. There's going to be one leap used. As now she'll get a few last hits in return. Or a few right clicks in return, rather. Check in on the souls here on Shadow Fiend. 12 souls. Making good progress here as he's going to go up and just power move, eat the ward. It's mine. Voodoo Restoration early. It looks like maybe he went for first level in the cask and then second level in the Voodoo, so no levels in the Maldive. I think that makes a lot of sense this game, as he's not really going to be able to find too many kills here. Ooh, nice bit of harass damage there, although you had to be careful. Visage is going to find the kill, although Lina will set up for another kill here onto the Visage. A very aggressive bot lane with 4 deaths already here onto the Visage. I think there's one on the Kunkka. No, sorry, 2 deaths on the Kunkka and 1 on the Lina. As we look top, being harassed a bit is Bai. Time walking off the damage, though. He's okay. This ward should block the camp. No, just outside the camp. So this is good vision, as could be in a bit of trouble here. One-time bash, or one-time lock is going to be a decent chunk of that Jugger's health. Keep looking top, actually. I think there was another bash. Healing ward getting dropped as well, so lots of sustain in this lane, but Voodoo Restoration is one of the best heals for the mana early games, but like, what is it, like 8 a second? No, 8 mana a second, but it's 16 heal a second, which is going to be quite strong. So can keep that going. They've got the healing ward as well, which is going to be percentage base. Is coconut cask used into the maledict as well. It's only level 1 maledict, so not going to be super effective. It's a lot of last hits she's taking though. Needs to be a bit careful. She got the fairy fire and a bottle. She's more than okay here. Regen rune pop here. Maybe in a bit of trouble again is the Visage, unfortunately. Maybe baiting him over for the runes. He did not get any of the runes either, unfortunately. Looks like Lena bottling one up, and Kunkka taking the other bottom rune. We need to go top lane. Look at that. No Chronosphere used. I was like, oh, was it a Chrono already? No Chrono. Fraction charges, getting harassed off here. 20 souls. X charges already. Sitting at 26 and 18. It's not died yet, so that does make sense. Smoked up behind is a Witch Doctor. Not a lot of mana, though. Is again down bottom. These guys are just running at each other. Finally, I think we got some boots here on the Bounty Hunter. He's quite fast, 367, as the arrow will connect, not onto the Juggernaut, but onto the Siege Creep, down bottom, or mid, rather. Looks like a nice little spar. Peter going to get the kill credit there, and the experience. I think Gok shows up there to get some of that experience for the kill, though. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. Both get some XP, though. Or both get a bit of gold, but no XP here for this dire side. We just look over just... We keep looking over just as the kills happen. Like, plenty of damage here. He's actually leveled the Requiem, interestingly enough, at level 6. Is down bottom lane. They have the dust here for the bounty. They just need to have the vision. As 2 tracks are applied, stick charges are going to be just enough there, but the Dragon Slave is going to be there to secure the kill. No boots on Void yet. He's got the money, though. Casual Morbid Mask first item there. Allows him to lifesteal a pit. Nice bash there on the deny. Perfectly timed. I'm sure he did that on purpose. I think the cat's knocked something over in the other room. DA. Farm here. A nice little stack for herself. Gonna queue up the boots first item into the Deso. Straight Deso and then Blink Dagger. So she got her build already filled out here. As the tracks will be starting down bottom. Careful here, 2 charges and cell reception hold is already enough to not quite find the kill. It's a level 2 soul assumption TP in now. Will be the Juggernaut, however, as he is level 6, can go for the Omni here. As it looks like he's going to try and hold on to it. Doesn't have the mana, actually. Needs 200 mana. Will not have that. The LSA into the X marks is going to be enough for them to secure the kill there. This will leave one alone top. It's going to be the Witch Doctor, and oh man, with a Chronosphere on the Void, it's a little bit of a scary situation to be in. He'll toss the coconut. The arrow will connect. However, it's going to be 2 bounces here on the cask. No way they can make Chrono for this, right? Yeah, they don't need to. Going to activate that Voodoo Restoration. 1 bash, and he is die looking down. But again, they drop the dust here onto the Bounty Hunter, but he's like, you can't catch me. A little bit too faster, though. Kunkka moving his way top now. Getting a bit of the cleave damage. Chris Chrono here. TP is coming through right into the Torrent as the Chronosphere will connect. Witch Doctor coming through as well. They're going to try and get some damage into him too. Boat is available. I think he just got leveled experience, enough experience for that. Oh boy, looks like he slightly mistimed that. Time walking aggressively to close the gap here to the Witch Doctor. Does not have it for the defensive use. Nice rotation there from the Witch Doctor. Being able to pick up a kill on that Void is going to be pretty huge. Far. Let's TP into Shrine here. Team Reason. Pretty well for themselves. 69 last hit. Now, Saki is doing pretty well for himself as he's going to be finishing up the Drums of Endurance. Needs a few more gold for that. As Lena might be in a bit of trouble here underneath the tower. Will connect the LSA onto the bounty. There's going to be the Lagoon Blade. Do they have the dust? They absolutely do, but the Omni Slashes are not going to be favorable here. Thanks to the haste rune, he's able to get just far enough away, hiding out the Juggernauts and watching him farm. It's going to be a little bit frustrating here as he's just not able to close that gap. One lucky crit, though, could have ended that the bounty's life. Now, essentially, the haste rune will and just go right into the spin and get the kill there onto the bounty. Maybe being a bit too aggressive. A little bit too overzealous there trying to find the kill. 10-minute runes now spawning here. Let's take a look up here as they've caught one. It's the Faceless Void. Witch Doctor dropping the Maledict. He still has the Time Walk. The stuns are there, and the Visage Birds as well. They're not going to connect to the second stun, however. Is now rotated into Lina. Nova's going to blade for another while. However, even with Time Walk, it's not going to be enough sustain to survive there. The level 2-3 make that Maledict enter. In a bit of trouble here. Nope, make that the Witch Doctor. Hit me if you must. I've got a call for you, he says. With enough cell phone reception, he is able to get the kill onto the Witch Doctor. At least a parting blow. Farming up here in the jungle, falling pretty low for maxing the Blade Spin first, obviously. Doctor now level 6, has the Death Ward, looking top. Kunkka is going to get harassed here. Do they have a Chronosphere? They do. Oh, with that bash, she might be considering going in for it. It's going to be a little bit late now, or is it, as the Visage Bird will arrive. Yabo still quite tanky, holding onto the boat, will not call in, but Torrent is going to connect. Time Walk now off cooldown here, as 2 TPs will come through by. Not going to even get the Time Walk off, as the Shadow Rays from Fog will be there, or from the tower. I don't think they quite had vision of that now. In some trouble. Speaking of vision, it's going to be the Visage. They're going to drop the Witch Doctor Death Ward into the Maledict. That's going to be a very dead Visage, most likely. Down he goes. Nice play there. Witch Doctor, if a core does not have a stun at the ready and cannot nuke him down almost instantly, it's a very dangerous situation. At the EB, gonna get the tower, but will pay with his life. How much does this tower cost? The things in this lane don't cost money, says Lina. Cost your life. Big leap charges will be used mid on the bottom. Has one left. They're holding on to one leap in that pocket. Arrow coming through. Not going to quite connect, but in trouble will be the Jug. Has the Blade Spin. He also has an Omni Slash if he wants to use it. And a team rotating through. Requiem is available. The Dust will connect. Coconuts not going to get too... Oh, never mind. Bouncing from the easy camp all the way back towards the bounty. They get a lucky bounce, which will set up for a pretty easy raise now for Saki. As Bai coming in, they've got a good cell phone reception. The arrow not going to connect onto the Witch Doctor. However, the Soul Assumption absolutely will. They're going to get a kill now onto the bottom. Enter, running for his life in the backlines. Yabo's still dying. However, he's going to get one more cast bounce. The boat will find the kill onto the Visage, and now Bai using the Time Walk aggressively. Yabo somehow still alive. Will pop the Clarity now as Bai in a bit of trouble. Has, nice Visage Birds there to stop the team from rotating. Should try and get this kill. Has the Time Walk, will be able to use it, but right into the Omni Slash as well as the Laguna Blade he goes. X marks Torrents for good effect. Unnecessary ultimately, but sometimes you just have to send a message. They've already got an urn up and ready for the TA. Make sure that she does not have more than enough refraction charges here, as they found one more. It's the Bounty Hunter underneath the Sentry Wall he goes. Even if he runs out, they've got Dust. However, he's going to be quite fast here with the Drums of Endurance and the Phase Boots. Not fast enough to outrun the X marks the spot of the Kunkka, however. Then up here from mid tower, Team Reason feeling quite strong now. They're going to continue pushing as Void coming back now. Walks underneath the Sentry Ward. However, it's going to be a 3-man Chronosphere. Do they have enough damage here into the Chrono? With the Marana, they're going to at least be able to get the Lina. Now Witch Doctor in a bit of trouble here. There's going to be the spin into the Death Ward. Short duration, but enough for them to find the kill here onto the TA. Going to go back now into the tower as Faceless Void still has that malediction applied. X marks the spot. Is going to be on the Visage. Requiem going to do good damage here. That's a max Requiem level 2. And they'll be able to nuke down the Visage quite shortly after that. Kunkka trying to find the kill now. Will place a Torrent. Only going to connect here onto the bottom. Has one leap charge holding onto it. Nice bash here from Bai as he continues to man fight with the Shadow Fiend. But now Bounty being a little bit annoying. Finally Kunkka going to get the kill. However, GFEB able to use the Janata Strike to nuke down the Shadow Fiend. I think he was just trying to find the correct angle there to Chrono. He was not able to do so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Excuse me. Alright. That's good madness now up on the Faceless Void. Let's take a look at items now that we've hit the 15-minute mark. Much track gold has come into effect here. Looks like that's going to be a Yasha queued up now for the Bounty Hunter. Taking a look at some items. As the arrow will connect. It's a long duration stun onto the Juggernaut. Jumping forward is the Mirana. He's going to eat 2 of these Starstorm shots. That's a spin at the moment, so he's not really too afraid quite yet. As now they might just try a turn. The cast will not bounce to anything, however. Alright, now we look at items. We already have a Maelstrom up on the Juggernaut, just delivered, freshly delivered. I think this TA is death so perhaps for a little while, indeed. As we miss a kill in mid lane, Enter going to get nuked down, boat into Laguna Blade as well. So this team has no reluctancy to just use their big ults here. I mean, they're finding kills with them, so kudos to them. Visage now has the completed medallion. It's going to be a lot more damage being pumped out by his familiars. Yasha up on the SF as well. What's he queued up? I'm curious. After the drums, going to be going... Is that a defusal? Very interesting. He's going to be going for the Manta style into Diffusal Blade as top lane. They're going to smoke up right after they snag that tower. They're going to find Vi here. Do they have the potential lockdown for him? Though, does not quite look like it. Do they have detection? That is also a no, but a completed Spirit Vessel already showing up on the Kunkka is certainly pretty scary. The Visage Familiars will stun up here onto the Juggernaut. Again, coming through negative, as Witch Doctor's still prowling here with the dust. Under smoked, rather.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He also does have dust, I suppose. Is he going to be able to use it, though? Bounty. Tail dropping the sentry. Might get some lucky bounces here with the hard camp. Indeed he is. He gets 3 lucky bounces. Make that 4 now as the Bounty Hunter eating all 4 casks there. Unable to get away, but now Chronosphere in the back lines with the cask once again. Only going to be bouncing mostly to the familiars. Witch Doctor somehow is still alive, though. They'll at least find the kill off on Alina. Witch Doctor now buying back. Enter getting ran down here by the spinning Juggernauts. Is now running back to the lane. Lina dead now too. Jug might be in a bit of trouble. Throwing a coconut forward. Going to get some good bounces here between the Visage as well as the Potom. However, it's not enough to save the Witch Doctor's life, and he will actually die back. Juggernaut able to TP out the Visage Familiar stun on cooldown. And a fantastic fight coming out from Team Miracle. As they're able to get 3 kills there. 1 dieback here on the supports. Your X up top lane. It's going to be onto the Faceless Void. Can't backtrack. You can backtrack most of that damage. He's still going to be somewhat okay. However, he is slowed down quite a bit. They're not going to think he jukes him out into the trees. Into the side shot he goes. Morana might be in a bit of trouble. Has no mana here for the leap. No life either. 9 wand charges, but no chance to use it. You'll Scepter now up on her. As Lina, with the cast range talents and the Aether Lens, look at the cast range of LSA. It's significant here. She's going to use it to knock down a tree, make sure no one's stalking, waiting, standing there menacingly.
A mysterious force.
Unstoppable! As they'll get another kill here onto the Visage, farming out. Trying to find the kill here on the birds. They give a good amount bounty, 100 gold each. If you knows that. Plus, with the birds dead, still got some of the familiars at the ready, but with the birds dead, it is so much damage lacking now on that SF. Yeah, that's bounty. Be able to juke in and around, just putting down the tracks, baiting them to come forward, sitting right underneath the sentry ward, as he will now show. And into the dust he goes. It's going to be a cast, but it's going to be all enough to set up for the Death Ward into the LSA. You'll Scepter onto the Mirana, tossing the arrow. Will connect onto her, but there's going to be no follow-up. In fact, Mirana needs to use 2 leap charges instantly just to not die here. Just going to be out of the range of the X marks. Team Reason continuing to push quite well here. Jug has been farming for a bit. Going to be going straight into the Mjolnir, it appears. He now just needs the Hyperstone. I think he's got down bottom, actually. Arrow, not going to... Will sail through, but won't connect out to anyone now. Give me 1 second here. Do have to answer that phone call, unfortunately.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
All right, sorry, we're back.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is under
Phone is ringing. There's going to be that meld strike while we're doing good damage onto the Witch Doctor, but into the Requiem of Soulless Goals, Peter. You can hide, but you can't run, because if you run, you're on invisible, and you can't even hide, because actually the Requiem and into the Shadow Races are just going to be able to find you. And Saki killing it so far, on top of Net Worth, leading quite a bit here. You do have the Blink Dagger and a Crystallis up here onto the TA, so she's hitting quite hard. The problem is, if she's not winning these mid to early to mid game fights, I would call them, with her power spike here, she just kind of falls off like she falls off a bit here later. It's Lena. Nice torrents, but not going to be able to save Lena here. Now, indeed, Kunga just might be dead here. They do have a Chronosphere available if they want to drop it. Witch Doctor coming from behind. They do have detection as well, but it's going to be a two-man Chrono catching the Witch Doctor perfectly there at the end. Great ward plays down, able to accomplish that. Now, with the Witch Doctor dead, they're going to go on to the Kunga. No buyback either on the Witch Doctor. Should be a pretty easy kill. It's going to be a bit tough for them, creating a lot of space. This man is quite tanky. Will drop the boat, but not going to get that run buff. It was Vi working hard for that kill, but will eventually accomplish it. Tony Hunter has the Yasha. What's he building on this bounty? This is a carry bounty, as a reminder. He did get that safe lane farm. He's going to be in the bottom half here in net worth, unfortunately for him, but who knows, man. Late game bounty is a little bit cheesy, and it's very hard to play against depending on how he itemizes. So keep your eyes out on that if this one does go late. They need this TA to start creating a bit of space around the map, however, if they want to even bring it that late. Void now just has the Maelstrom. He's got a good bit of gold in the bank, but I think he might be best off putting that gold to a BKB. If he's able to have teammates around when he chronos, it's sometimes not an issue. But they do have a lot of control into chrono between the coconuts and LSA with the increasingly long cast range, so could be a bit dangerous for them. Nice, they'll set their sights here onto the tier 2, but they'll set their sights again onto the Visage as reason, with no reason to not fight this here. They'll jump first immediately onto the Visage. Nice cell phone reception here on the Shadow Fiend, but won't do too much as the coconut from downtown will connect here onto the TA. It looks like they catch the Marana blindly, that she'll use the Yule Scepter, but there's going to be no escape. Malediction used as well to find the kill. Peter still chilling, but the Visage familiars were ready to protect like bodyguards. Oh, not quite, however, as he will get off the stuns. Down he now has the Sanj and Yasha. I always forget they changed the color here. TA gonna get gone on here. Yule Scepter into the LSA is there. They've got plenty of damage. Maledict into the Laguna Blade. Goodbye, TA. Doctor finding the kill there. Well, gets the kill credit. Nice chunk of gold to his name. Still going for these aggressive items, though. No BKB even queued up here for the TA, interestingly enough.
bottom tower is under attack.
I want to be very aggressive. They'll run into a 3-man gang squad. They're going to be split pushing down bottom, but with an Aegis here, actually they'll be able to get bottom, but with an Aegis on the SF, they're not going to be too afraid of running. It's a long duration arrow onto the Jug. See if they want to go for it here.
How long can Radiant's top tower?
And they go for now. Torrent just short X here onto the Visage, trying to do whatever he can. Still only level 11 as they begin melting away at his Gravekeep cloak. The barracks to fall almost instantly. The army might shatter, but do of course have the sentries now getting dewarded. They're going to jump here onto one. Chilling off the man stop, but that's going to be a 3-man chrono. Instantly going up into the Yule Scepter, though. He's already time walked forward as as well. Morana will also fall. The boat they go, mostly for the run buff, but also to catch the bounty hunter here. Do they have the action for him? They absolutely do, and they have the damage as well. He'll have to buy back as well if they want to try and defend these mid barracks, but there's going to be no void buyback. TA still waiting for the opportunity here to jump in. It's got plenty of damage. He just needs to find the position here to use it. SF still holding on to that first life, though. As Peter, now they're trying to find the easy kill with the Witch Doctor. The Soul Assumption will do the trick there. Shadow Queen still so low. Finally, they'll pop that first life for Peter with the Spirit Vessel. Gonna go Invis now. Kunkka getting pretty low here as well. Soul Assumption off cooldown. Cannot make that cell phone connection as Morana will fall a second time here after the buyback. Peter, quite low. Will be able to dodge out that LSA. Visage not able to do too much. We'll throw the Soul Assumption out. Doing good damage here as Peter getting good damage into the back lines, but with no defensive items on his own, he's left to be pretty easy pickings, unfortunately, as the Lina will not die back. That's going to be, or buyback, sorry. That's going to be the mid barracks gone. They're going to have to back up and get these tier 2s, and with the lane pushed so far up, they're going to just try and end the game here. In they go. Bounty Hunter, Invis, gonna get scouted out here. It's a little bit ambitious of them to assume that they don't have vision as they push the high ground. He's falling quite low. Might just pop here to the Spirit Vessel as they're going to now go on to the TA who has just bought back. Spirit Vessel applied to her. She's gonna be able to dodge out the torrent, but can she live? Yes, but just barely.
Radiant's middle tower.
The Shuriken. They're gonna call GG. They're not feeling too confident in this one. Lina with the Gem of True Sight. Gonna turn here immediately onto the Bounty Hunter. Team Reason able to take this one, playing this one perfectly out of the mid game. I think you just had 2 heroes mid that are very tempo setting heroes.